Hello and welcome to The Reddit Guy, where we reveal hidden Reddit stories. Let's dive into today's stories. Story 1. I found a teenager behind my trash can and made friends. I am a 50-year-old man. My wife and I moved to another state about a year ago for relocation for my job. We had not made a lot of friends for a while, as neither of us are really the go out and meet people, join a club, etc. kind of people. One night, about 4 months ago, I went outside to take out our trash. As soon as I walked out the back door, I noticed a teenager crouched behind our trash can. He saw me and raised his finger to his lips and barely whispered, "Shh." I asked him what he was doing and was immediately scolded, which admittedly confused me for not shooing. He then whispered, "I'm playing laser tag with my friends. Please don't give me up." At this point, I was staring at this kid wondering what the hell was happening when he whispered, "Wanna play?" I whispered back because he had just scolded me for not shooing, "Play laser tag?" He responded, "Yeah, I've got the other gun. We play in teams, but one of our friends moved, so we're down," and then handed me the laser tag gun. And essentially, that is how I ended up playing laser tag with 3 16-year-old boys for 3 hours that night. Now, my wife and I are friends with their parents. We have barbecues on the weekends. My wife will have lunch with one or all of their mothers. I will do the same or go fishing or golfing with their fathers. And of course, there is still laser tag. They still knock on my door at least twice a week. My wife makes sure they do not want anything she has baked, which they always do, and I am not allowed to eat it with them. Then we play laser tag. And it all started because I found a kid hiding behind my trash can from his friends. Let's take some comments. Commenter 1. This is hilarious and awesome at the same time. Edit, also, the fact that your wife will not let you have the treats leads me to believe she has solely made them for those boys. Reply from original poster. Those brownies and cookies are not for me. She has made that very clear. Commenter 2. Dude, you just made me smile and laugh. Thank you so much. Holy fuck. And congratulations. I hope if I magically make it to your age, despite everything going on, I will be able to have whimsical, I think that is the word, experiences like that. Reply from original poster. I'm sorry you are going through a hard time. I hope that everything works out your way. I'm glad my crazy friendship could do even a little bit to brighten your day. Commenter 3. I just left the hospital after a checkup for some heart-related issues. After all the horrible news of the week, I needed to read something like this. Thank you for sharing this absolutely wholesome experience. Reply from original poster. I hope you are doing better now. I'm glad I could help in some small way. This is my opinion about the story. Stories like this are such a reminder that genuine human connection can come from the most unexpected moments. What started as a random encounter behind a trash can turned into friendships across generations and families. Sometimes saying yes to something ridiculous is exactly how life surprises you in the best way.
Story 2. Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my sister's wedding after what I overheard her say about me? I am a 26-year-old woman and I really need an outside perspective because my entire family is split. I honestly do not know if I'm overreacting or if I'm finally standing up for myself. My sister, Emily, is 30 and getting married in 2 months. Growing up, we were never very close. She was always the golden child, and if you know, you know. I was kind of just there. Not ignored exactly, but definitely not celebrated the same way. Still, I agreed to be a bridesmaid because my mom begged me and said it would mean the world to Emily. Wedding planning was stressful, but nothing crazy until last weekend. Emily had a small bachelorette weekend at an Airbnb. There were 7 of us total. On the second night, I went upstairs early because I had a headache and was not feeling well. Around midnight, I realized I had left my charger downstairs, so I went back down quietly because I did not want to wake anyone who might have been asleep. That is when I overheard Emily talking to her maid of honor. She did not know I was on the stairs. She was drunk, laughing, and said, "I only asked her to be a bridesmaid so my mom would shut up. She's always ruining things anyway. I swear to God, if she shows up looking for attention, I will lose it." Her friend laughed and said something like, "Well, at least you will look better next to her, so..." Emily replied, "Exactly, it's kind of a win-win." I froze. I felt like I could not breathe. For context, I've struggled with my confidence for years, especially compared to Emily. She knows this. She's made comments my whole life about my weight, my hair, and my clothes, always framing it as helpful advice. I went back upstairs and did not say anything for the rest of the weekend. When we got home, I sent her a message saying I was stepping down as a bridesmaid and would not be attending the wedding. At first, I did not explain why. I just said I needed space and wished her the best. After that, she kept pushing for a reason, saying it didn't make sense and that I was, once again, being dramatic as always. I didn't tell her exactly what I heard, but I did say that I overheard a conversation at the bachelorette party that really hurt me. She put two and two together on her own after that, and then she lost it. She called me crying, saying I was purposefully sabotaging her big day, that I was being dramatic, and that everyone says things they don't mean when they're drunk. My mom called next and said I was punishing the whole family over a misunderstanding. My dad told me I should be the bigger person. Here's where it gets worse. Yesterday, Emily posted in the bridesmaids group chat, which I forgot I was still in, that she was heartbroken that I was abandoning her and that she never meant to hurt me. But she never apologized, not once. Now half my family is texting me saying I'm selfish, and the other half is telling me I finally did what they wish they had the courage to do. I have not responded to anyone yet. So, am I the asshole for refusing to go to her wedding after overhearing that conversation? I'm conflicted and don't know what to do. Part of me is even telling myself that I am. Edit. I'm going to take some of your advice. I will update soon. Comments. Commenter 1. Not the asshole. No, you did not mean to hurt me, but you did, and you did not bother to apologize. In vino veritas. In Latin, in vino veritas means in wine there is truth. Reply from original poster. I never knew what that saying meant, but now I do. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Commenter 2. Your sister sounds like a two-faced you-know-what. In hindsight, you should have recorded her saying all that garbage and sent it to your whole family and her fiancé. Screw them all. Reply from original poster. I wish I did. My phone was dead, which is why I was going to get my charger, and that's what led to all this nonsense. Commenter 3. I'm so sorry, OP. Your family sounds like they have taken you for granted for a long time. It's time to stand up for yourself. Be honest. They can take it or leave it. It will never stop until you make a stand. Ask for an apology and see what happens. Reply from original poster. I'm trying really hard. It has always been difficult for me because I hate confrontation, and this is usually how things go. Somehow, some way, I'm always the bad guy no matter what I do, but I'm trying now. Update. I'm not really sure how to update properly, so I'm doing it this way. Sorry if it isn't right. I didn't expect my post to blow up like this. I've read almost everyone's comments, and things have escalated very quickly. First, thank you to everyone who validated that what I overheard was not nothing. I genuinely started questioning my own sanity after my family got involved. It's been exhausting. Emily showed up at my apartment unannounced about an hour ago. I had been ignoring her calls and texts, so she decided this was the next best thing to do. Against my better judgment, I let her in. She cried. A lot. This is usually her go-to. She said she felt attacked, that I was being unreasonable, and that I was trying to turn the family against her, which is absolutely not what is happening. I let her speak, then asked her directly if she remembered what she said at the bachelorette party. She went quiet and just stared at me. After a long, awkward pause, she admitted she remembered it, but said I took it out of context. According to her, she didn't mean that I always ruin things, just that I stress her out because I'm sensitive and need reassurance. She said the comment about my looks was obviously a joke and her friend didn't mean it that way. I asked her why, if it was harmless, she never apologized. She said, and I'm not exaggerating, because apologizing would mean I did something wrong, and I didn't. That was it for me. I told her I wasn't coming to the wedding, period, and that she needed to leave before I did something I would regret. She snapped. She accused me of being jealous of her life, her relationship, and the attention she's getting. She said I've always played the victim. Then she said something that completely broke whatever was left between us. You should be grateful I even included you. People would notice if you weren't there. I told her to get out. She slammed the door and left. About 20 minutes later, my mom called me screaming. Apparently, Emily told her that I attacked her, called her a narcissist, and threatened to ruin the wedding. None of that is true, but my mom refuses to listen to me. My cousin, who was also at the bachelorette weekend, texted me. She said she overheard the same conversation and even more. Emily had complained that I would look bad in photos, said she hoped I wouldn't get emotional and cry, and joked about putting me at the end of the bridesmaids line so I would be easier to crop out. At this point, I'm officially not attending the wedding. Emily has blocked me, my mom says I have destroyed the family, and I'm being uninvited from future family events unless I fix this. I feel awful, but I don't feel wrong. Sleeping tonight is going to be hard. More comments. Commenter 1. Thanks for the update. Not surprised she cried for sympathy, then got angry, then piled on accusations, and finally ran to the family. Typical narcissistic behavior. Reply from original poster. Yes, I tried so hard to keep my composure. I held back so much because I was hoping she would realize how much this hurt, but of course she didn't. Commenter 2. Frustrating parents, especially the mom. It's easy to see how Emily turned out this way. Commenter 3. OP, why can't you just remain your sister's little punching bag? Nauseating family. Here's my opinion. This story is heartbreaking because it shows what happens when a family protects the golden child at all costs. Standing up for yourself often looks like betrayal to people who benefit from your silence. Sometimes walking away isn't cruel, it's survival.
Story 3. Am I the asshole for not wanting to eat my parents' meals while pregnant, even though they're trying to help save money? I am a 28-year-old woman, currently pregnant, and my husband, who is 31, and I live in our own house right next to my parents. To help us save money, my parents often buy groceries and cook dinners for all 4 of us, which I genuinely appreciate. The problem is that my dad is extremely controlling and picky about food. He only likes a few very basic meals, things like plain chicken and rice, pork chops with a ton of butter, canned vegetables, and similar dishes. When he finds something he likes, he will make it multiple times a week, so we end up eating the same 4 or 5 meals on constant rotation. If I suggest anything different, even something small like not having green beans 3 days in a row, he shuts it down with, nah, it's better this way. He also complains or claims food makes him sick if it is not done exactly how he wants, unless he does not know what's in it. Then suddenly it is the best thing ever. For example, he claims chicken broth upsets his stomach when I use it to cook pasta, but if I use it without him knowing, it is suddenly the best pasta he has ever had. During my pregnancy, I have had very strong food aversions, and about 5 of the 6 meals he makes now make me gag. When I turn something down, he says things like, "You used to like it," or "You have eaten it that way for 30 years. The truth is, I never actually liked it. I just ate it growing up because it was what my parents made. My mom asks me to help plan dinners for the week, but when I suggest foods I can tolerate, my dad says they are too complicated, too expensive, or that he does not know how to get the ingredients. I have even offered to cook if he buys the ingredients and I write him a very specific list. Still, we always go back to his tiny list of meals because it is supposedly too complicated.
All four of us take turns cooking in our own houses, but no matter who cooks, my dad complains all night about the food if it is not plain, unseasoned chicken. This is not new behavior. When I was a kid, if we went to a fast food place and I wanted a chicken sandwich, he would insist that we all get burgers because it was easier. He would even choose everyone's toppings and order 3 identical burgers, and I would just have to eat it. My mom gets defensive when I turn down the food they offer and says things like, "We're trying," but I'm not asking for lobster or steak dinners every night. For example, we're planning on making chicken pie this weekend, and I asked my dad if we could cook the chicken on the George Foreman grill and season it first. He immediately shut it down and said, "No, chicken pie has boiled chicken." I can see how I would be the asshole if I were asking for expensive, complicated meals, but I'm not. I'm just asking to season food or prepare it in a way that makes it more tolerable while I'm pregnant. Edit to add. There was some confusion, so I want to clarify. We eat with my parents because they offered and because it makes my mom happy. We do not need to eat with them, and we do not rely on them for meals. We are fully capable of making our own food and paying for our own groceries. I do not expect my parents to feed us, and I appreciate the meals they do make. My husband and I actually cook for all 4 of us twice a week. This post is more about the fact that they want us over for meals, but then get upset when we decide otherwise because of my food aversions. My mom frames it as saving money for the baby, but in reality, it seems more like a bid for attention and wanting to spend more time together. Comments. Commenter 1. Not the asshole, but honestly, just stop eating with them. They are going to complain and whine either way. At least you can be eating what you like while they are complaining. Are you really going to subject your child to the same nonsense you dealt with growing up? Commenter 2. Yeah, OP has to stop enabling this at some point if she wants anything to change. Commenter 3. There's a very simple solution here. She is not the asshole, but it is time to rip the band-aid off and make your own food. Dad is not going to change. Personal commentary. This is one of those situations where help stops being helpful the moment it comes with control. Pregnancy already comes with enough physical and emotional challenges without being guilted into eating food that makes you sick. Setting boundaries now is not just about meals, it's about protecting yourself and your future child.
Story 4. Am I the asshole for kicking my mentally ill brother out of my house when he was treating my wife like garbage? So, I am a 34-year-old male. I am married and own a home with my wife, who is 26 years old, in Los Angeles. My younger brother is a 32-year-old male, and he has never lived on his own. He lived with my dad until around 24. Then he moved into his girlfriend's parents' house until he was about 28, maybe. They broke up, so my dad gifted him a condo that was above his business. He got a ton of free passes with my dad. He trashed the condo, did not take care of anything, and my dad finally decided to retire and sell it because he could not take it anymore. My brother is also on his 3rd car, all bought by our grandfather. About 3 to 4 months ago was when he got kicked out. He came to our door begging, and I knew exactly how it was going to go. I told him he had 1 month to get his life together, and I kept caving after that. My wife is an actress, and she only books about once every 6 months. She does auditions and classes daily for an hour or 2, and she mostly does housewife stuff. I told him right off the bat that she was not doing any of it for him. I did not care if he was working 5 jobs, he was doing his own laundry, cleaning, and cooking. Of course, he left messes and threw his laundry on the floor. He made the argument that he was working full-time and she was not. I told him this was her home. Then when I told him he would have to pay bills 2 months in, he got mad and said she does not pay bills. She is my wife and she takes care of our home. Anytime I told him to stop making extra work for her, he would say, "She's a housewife, she's doing it for you, so I don't understand why she can't do it for me." He even asked why I get to have my laundry done and meals cooked for me, but he cannot, even though he works as much as me. It drove me crazy. He also would make noise while my wife was in auditions, which was frustrating for her. It wasn't even accidental. He would scream while watching a sports game 5 seconds after we told him she was going on Zoom. This was one of my breaking points. She has dedicated her whole life to this since she was about 9 years old. When I started making good money, the first thing I was excited about was that she could focus on her dreams. She finally got a good agent. The auditions she gets now are huge and she is on cloud 9. As soon as he started doing this, I noticed she was getting stressed. One of the main issues is that he works nights, so she was there all day while I was at work. If she asked him to be quiet, he didn't care. He said he did not consider it a career and he didn't think she would make it, so he didn't feel the need to care. As if her making it or not changed anything about it being her home and her dreams. If I was home and told him to shut up, he would. However, during the day, he did not listen to her and made her cry. That was the day I told him to get out. He has had enough free passes and it's time to grow up. My other brothers got mad and said I am heartless because he's struggling mentally. But the guy has been struggling mentally since he was 16 and has never attempted therapy, medication, or anything. He just cries and relies on everyone to do everything. Commenters. Commenter 1. You are the asshole to your wife. He sounds like you knew exactly what was going to happen. You told your brother at the start that he had 1 month. You laid down the rules and you let him break all of them. You let him stay longer and it took him making her cry for you to finally kick him out. Commenter 2. He owed it to her to remove the brother a month ago or at the very least immediately. Commenter 3. You knew exactly how it was going to go and it did go exactly how you thought. You owe it to your wife to get him gone now. Your other brothers are only mad because he will come to them next. Personal commentary. Honestly, this feels less like a question of being an asshole and more of a lesson learned too late. Supporting family is important, but not when it comes at the cost of your partner's emotional well-being and dreams. Mental health struggles explain behavior, but they do not excuse repeated disrespect, especially in someone else's home.
Thanks for staying to the end. If you enjoyed the stories, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more interesting Reddit stories.